Grace. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to all the newbies who got in and subbed right before the new year ends. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. So much rather. This month has been a whirlwind of a month. I traveled for the first time in December. I just don't generally travel in December. To a cold country, no less. I recorded my first Vlogmas and I swatched inks for 25 straight days for Davinci Inkvet. That was actually fun. Yes, it was a lot of work, especially while traveling. I don't recommend that part. Anyway, had a wonderful Christmas with all of my kids. Adult kids, mind you. There is one last thing to do before the year ends, and that is the ink report for December currently inked pairings. But before I do, I want to quickly mention about my Kofi page. It's like Patreon, but not. And I think in a good way. Choosing Kofi is the contrarian in me coming out. I am the sheep that just doesn't jump over the fence because all the rest are doing it. I just don't do it. I have a habit of not following the herd, so here I go again. So about my Kofi page. This is where I chill out a lot, posting out pens and inks, of course, and about my journaling, plus what I get up to in a day or a week. It's a more personalized version of things than here on YouTube. And it's where I get to interact with peeps like you through direct messaging and the like. And I say that because I've moved away from engaging on regular social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of them, just to save my sanity. The scrolling, y'all. The scrolling and the following, and yeah. So beginning in 2024, I'll be making more announcements on Kofi first about what's coming up on my channel. I actually test drove it in the last few months and I kind of like it. So go there, buy me a chai tea, follow for regular updates, and let's just hang. All right, enough gabbing. Let's get to the overhead so I can tell you about my findings, about my pen and ink pairings for December. Let's go. So I only inked up 6, that says 7, right? 6 pens in December. I knew that I would, because I would be swatching the Davinci Inkvet for December, I knew I didn't want to have a lot of choice. So these are the 6 pens that I inked up. I should say, these are the 6 pens that I inked up. And if you watch my currently inked, I actually didn't show the 6 pens. I actually showed the pens with the swatch cards. This hadn't been done yet. Now it's done. And actually looking at it, I like the colors that I chose for the month. Remember, this particular edition of Currently Inked was an ink flight edition. So all the pens are from the 4 ink flights that I have received so far. I actually have received December's ink flight, but I've not gotten a chance to swatch it. And I will. I don't know if I will record it. Okay, let's get to the ink report. First pen up is I just love this pen. Oh my gosh. This is my Leonardo Memento Zero Grande 2.0 with a primary manipulation body. That is good. Primary manipulation 1. I got it in the glossy satin, whatever it calls, finish. I did not get the matte. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. So pretty. Anyway, let's stop. I have a couple of top 5s for 23. I have a video coming out. This ring is getting on my nerves already. I cannot wear that ring when I do a video because I shake my hands too much. Okay, I have a top 5s video coming in January. Spoiler alert, you'll be seeing this pen. This pen is a dream writer. So far I've tried 2 inks in it, and I'll show you those 2 inks after I go through this. But both have worked perfectly in this pen. Jehoban Violetta Pense is the first ink that I used, and it slightly edged out this one. This is Pannonia Ink Lab L18. I still love it though. I still love this pairing. And I think that other pairing got a 10. This one is actually going to get a 9. And I'm okay with that. Okay, next up is the TWSBI Diamond 580. Let me roll these above. Let's do this instead. Yeah, let's do that instead. The TWSBI Diamond 580 in Iris. It is a fine nib, and it's inked up in the last ink flight. I think it was November's ink flight, Octopus Fluids Petrol Axolotl. This is a cool ink. Oh my gosh. I struggled when I first started saying axolotl. I had to practice axolotl. But look at how nice it looks in this pen. It's just beautiful in this pen. It brings out a lot of the bluish greens in the rainbow colored effect on the pen. I'm surprised that I like this ink. What I wrote is here. I love this pen. I have always loved this pen. This is one of the, this is probably my third TWSBI. I'm a TWSBI fan. No issues with this pairing at all. I absolutely love the whole writing experience with the pen, and that's all I gotta say on that one. That's all she said. This is going to get an 8.5. It is a good experience, but it wasn't as good as this Leonardo. Now, remember my pen pairings, my rating is on the ink and pen pairing together, not separately. But it's still about liking the pen and liking the ink and then liking both together. So it's not about necessarily ink, only about the ink. So there you go. Anyway, let's get on. Next one up is my Pelikan, my new baby. I just released an unboxing of this pen. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so cool. By the way, these next 4 pens are actually new pens I've had for a while, but I've not written with them yet. And so December Currently Ink gave me a chance to do that. Anyway, back to the Pelikan. This is a Pelikan Golden Barrel M200 with a fine point. It's a Pelikan Classic. The one I actually want, the next pen I want for a Pelikan is the Asuveran. Oh, that pen is so gorgeous. Anyway, this pen was inked up in Pannonia Ink Lab K10, and I'll show you. This was the page, and I just wasn't too much of a fan of this. It looks good, and it's okay, but I actually struggled with, I don't know if it's the pen or the ink, or the combination of it. When I originally inked this pen up, I inked it up with Diamine Gold Star because I didn't have any more of the Golden Barrel left. And it dropped, that ink kind of dripped into the cap. And as you can see, it's dripped into this one as well. I'm going to have to, I don't know if you can see, I have to go in there and take off the cap and clean out everything and soak it for a bit. I'm not sure if that's an issue with the, well, it's got to be an issue with the pen and the nib. Most times, because this is a demonstrator, you see everything. So maybe it's something that happens anyway that I'm not seeing. Like in this one, I wouldn't see it because I can't see through. So maybe that's a pen issue that is regular, and whatever. I still love the pen. It is such a cute little baby pen. I mean, look at it. It's so cute and babyish. So I love this pen. Not the best writing experience with it. I want to show you this particular one that I had. So this was how it wrote in the beginning, and it wrote so light I did not enjoy it. But as you can see, I wrote that journaling piece before I wrote this. So you can see it's still very light. I'm not a fan of light inks because I want to read my journaling. But it wrote actually darker here than in my journal. So this pairing, I didn't like this pairing at all. I really didn't like this pairing. I'm going to give it a 4, and I hope I resurrect this pairing again with the Pelican Golden Barrel with a different ink. I'm going to give it a super saturated ink, maybe not as wet, maybe a drier ink, but a super saturated color, and try that in there. So that one got a 4. The next pen is my newest pen, the Golden Barrel and the Monteverde Super Mega Carbon Fiber. Say that 3 times fast. These two I got on National Fountain Pen Day for a steal of a price, I must say. This pen, I wish you could come through the screen and put your hand underneath this pen and feel how heavy it is, because the sucker is really heavy. I think it's gorgeous though. Oh, I don't know if you can see you can see the patterning in it, which is so beautiful. So beautiful. This actually has an Omniflex nib in it. I didn't write with it enough to experience the Omniflex character or property of that nib. This is inked up in Robert Oster Pink Squirrel. I loved Pink Squirrel when let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I loved Pink Squirrel when I first saw it. No, I'm not going to find it. I'm not. No, that's Pannonia. Where is Pink Squirrel? Is this it? No. Oh, there it is. So there is Pink Squirrel. And I think it's a purpley pinky thing going on. And I actually loved it when I swatched this ink flight. But I'm not sure I'm a fan of it in this pen. Sometimes it writes light. Do I have an example of that? I didn't write much. I didn't actually journal much in December, which is interesting because that's not it. I don't know if I have a sample of it. Oh, there it is. So, compare this to this writing. So I'm looking at this one here. This one. Compare this to this. It's so different. I'm pretty sure it's more the ink than the pen. So I enjoyed writing with it. Definitely enjoyed writing with the pen, but the ink was a bit squatchy. So I'm gonna give it a 7. I enjoyed it, but it was okay. It was okay. The next pen up is the Jinhao X750. I don't know why I have a silver pen, but it looks like a big old shiny bullet. Not that I'm a fan of guns, but it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This was the pen I got for the comparison with the X450, which is coming up next, because I had such issues with the October Jinhao experiment with all the Jinhao pens, and so I just wanted. Listen, I love a Jinhao pen. If you've not experienced a Jinhao pen yet, get the Jinhao 82 first. That's really a beautiful pen to kind of get you in there. I am looking out my window, and there's this person walking with the brightest yellow sneakers ever, and it caught my eye. Sorry for the squirrel moment, but he looks like he has rubber ducky feet. That's what he looks like. Anyway, bring it back, Grace. Bring it back. The Jinhao X750, I paired it with Octopus Fluid's Green Ostrich. Can I just say, I love this ink. Oh my gosh, I love this ink. The only thing with this is really weird. This is a medium nib. So it's a really pretty medium nib, but it writes with this ink like it's a broad nib. So I'm thinking maybe drier inks need to go in it for a true representation of the medium nib. Green ostrich, I mean, octopus fluids are waterproof. Waterproof, I think is the name. Inks. So maybe there's a property in there that makes it flow so much more. Don't know. And I probably won't be doing any research on it. But very good writing experience. Very good writing experience. This gets an 8.5. So, and the last pen is the replacement Jinhao X450. And who wants a yellow pen? It would be me. I want a yellow pen. I saw this when I was looking for a replacement because I had such a hard time with the first X450 I got. I just was so disappointed. And I knew I wanted to get this, but also to compare these two pens, the 750 with the 450. There's no comparison. They're really good. This wrote much better. It wrote, let me show you. The ink I wrote it with was the Inkabara Dear Brown. I love the Inkabara. And the Inkabara Dear Brown, I just couldn't figure out what color hue it belonged in. It frankly, to me, it looks like baby poop. I'm sorry to put that image in your head, but it looks like I've changed 3 kids' diapers over long years. That looks like baby poop. But it doesn't necessarily look like baby poop. Well, if you don't look at the swatch. But it wrote beautifully, absolutely beautifully. And I have, where do I have that? I can't remember where I have that, how beautifully it wrote. Let's see if I have it here. Yes, here it is. This was just so pretty. See, now it's reading more green, almost like a army green or a military green. And here it's kind of doing that baby poop color. But I like it. I still like it. This was a great, solid writer. Much better than my first 450, X450. And thankfully, Jinhaos don't cost that much, so I can replace this one quite easily. Or else I'd have just been, up a creek, really. This was an 8.5. Now, one of the things I do after I finish my currently inked, you can move out of the way because we don't need you no more. Which of these inks would I purchase? Because none of these so far these are all ink flights, so they're all sample pens, sample inks. Which of these would I purchase? I would definitely purchase, without a doubt, I would purchase the octopus fluids. I think that is a hidden gem most people won't know about. I would purchase, without a doubt, the green ostrich from Octopus Fluids, definitely. I actually want to get this one. I want to get the Inkabara Dear Brown. I think it's different. It's very different. It's saturated enough that I could read it in my journal. I will not be buying the palette. I will not be buying the Pannonia Ink Lab. I've written with it twice. Once when I swatched it, and then again when I for December Currently Inked. And I really like the color, but the writing, no. And this is a question mark. I don't know if I want to buy that, and I'll show you in a minute why I think that. Let me show you now. I'll show you that now. I used to. This is another way I keep track of my ink journey, specifically my ink pairings. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've heard me talk about this journal. I call it right now. I'm calling it PIPS. P-I-P, capital P-I-P, lowercase s. PIPS journal. This is my PIPS journal, my pen and ink pairings journal, because I love acronyms. I love acronyms. Ask all my friends. I love an acronym. Okay, so what this is each pen has its own page. I'll take these out because I want to show you in a minute. So each pen has its own page. So if I have every Visconti pen, I will find under this tab all Twisby's. Jinhao has a whole lot because I did that experiment. Jinhao has a whole lot. So these are the pens I have so far that I've inked up since I've created this binder. I wanted a small binder. This, by the way, is the Clyde Fleek binder. And I wanted a small binder because I just wanted almost like a year's worth of pen and ink pairings. That sounds better. So I record a video about these sheets, how to use them and whatnot. But I actually want to share with you this lineup. I want to share with you this lineup so far. So the Pelican Golden Barrel, I wrote in there, as you can see, the name of the pen, and then I can see right there when and where I purchased it because I want to know that information. The month that this particular pairing took place, the ink, well, a little swatch of the ink, and then some notes that I want to write about this particular pairing with this pen. As I said, each pen has its own one sheet of paper. And the Pelican Golden Mirror, I've written all of these in so far. And there's the Jinhao, Monteverde. That's that one. I've written all of them. And I want to show you these two because I've written with these two pens already. This was the first pen pairing with my Leonardo MZG. And that was the Violetta Pensi. I love this ink so much. And it's not until I started writing with this ink that I noticed how much more purple this is than this one. It's a lot more, not purple, well, purple, duh. A lot more red it is, a lot more red in the Pannonia Ink Lab. I have this as a bottle. I'm not sure I want this one. This is kind of like why I had that question mark in the pen pairings. Excuse me. So this is how, so far, I've written with two inks with this pen, and so far they're really good, which makes me believe that the Leonardo pen is solid. And then the Jinhao Expo 50. Now I want to explain this one because this one was written with the old. Let me see if I can find it. Let me find it first. Ooh. Go to my pen drawer. This was the original Jinhao X450. I was disappointed with the barrel, the pen itself, because that's not what was shown. It's so much more gray. Anyway, and the nib was irritating, so irritating. So the fact that this pen is the same one as this, but I get a so much better experience with this pen. What I've done is instead of printing a separate sheet for this yellow pen here, I just used the same sheet, and I noted that this is this pen. I still had to record it because I want to know the pairing, but this pairing is so much better. And then I've saved one last one, and I wanted to show you how I did it. So this is the TWSBI Diamond 580, my iris pen. This is what I'm filling out right now. Okay, you need to go away again. So what I do first is write the month. Oh, duh. I'm writing in the wrong. I'm supposed to be writing with this pen. Duh. I'm glad I didn't swatch it. Alrighty. And then get out of the way a bit. And then I do a little swatch down here so I can see what the color actually is. And then I write Octopus Fluids. So I write the name, and I write, I'm going to write a few notes on this. I have inked this pen up previously, but since creating this sheet, I decided not to include the other ones. I'm just going to start with this one. Let's go. Alrighty. So that's it. That's how I write. That's all I do is I write just some notes that I know that when I look at this again and I ink up my TWSBI Diamond 580, I will know, pick an ink that works. So I know that the flow of this ink in this pen was really good. I'm not sure yet if this ink is a wet ink. Is that a correct thing? Anyway, I'm not sure yet if that is the case. So in my next one, when I pick an ink for this pen, I will note whether it's it needs a dryer ink or whatever. Anyway, oh look, see, there you go. It's, I don't know if you can see it. It really does. It really does crowd. Okay, so it's not the pen then, because the ink is all over there. So all our pens are like that. There you go. So there it is. There it is for the what is it called? The Pips Journal. As I said, I recorded a video for it that I will. Oh, I didn't put the. I need to put holes in the paper. I have recorded, and that'll be coming up fairly soon in January. But first, I'll be sharing it on my Kofi page. Remember I talked about my Kofi page in the beginning of the video? I will be sharing anything. I'll be sharing lots more on the Kofi page, just more updates than I do on the videos here on YouTube. A few people have shown interest in these sheets, and so I'll be talking more about them there, offering them maybe at a discount. I think most likely at a discount for whoever, for my Kofi people first. And so I want you to be sure to go over there to my Kofi page, buy me a chai. I'd love you to buy me a chai because I like chai. I'm a coffee drinker, but I love a chai tea most of all. And let's get together. Yeah. Boy, that's an old song. My goodness gracious. I keep dating myself, but it's what I know, isn't it? It's what I know. Alrighty. That's it for this video, the last video of 2023. See you in the new year. May all of your wildly imagined wishes come true in 2024. Bye.